This is Sophie Heller, and this is an ACT English purpose question. The question is asking us, if we had a book of essays, what chapter heading would this essay fall under? So basically it's asking us, what's the theme, the general theme of this essay? So I've reproduced part of the essay here, and let's look at it. So paragraph 1 tells us that people, they live in cities to find jobs, but they still desire this green, clean air of the country. So it's talking about how we're going to be able to find this. And so paragraph 2 proceeds to tell us that in the Middle Ages, cities were there was even less space for gardens. They were walled. There was little inner wall spaces, and gardens became popular outside city gates. And as the essay continues, it continues to talk about how gardens were a health measure by city governments. So this is obviously much later, and gardens provided a link to the countryside. And then our last paragraph tells us that by the mid 1800s, the small garden movement was big in European countries and it thrived in the 20th century. Okay, so we have an evolution here of the garden movement. So let's look at our choices and see which one best fits that. So choice number 1, the best plants for your garden. This is not relevant. We're talking about gardens, but we're not talking about gardening. So that's not good. Choice 2, the evolution of European city gardens. So that's exactly what we just talked about in the summary. So that's going to be right because that's what the essay indeed talks about. Choice 3, architectural design in medieval England. It's very specific. So we're talking about the design of gardens, not buildings, and we're focusing on Europe in general, not just England. So that's not good. Choice 4, methods of keeping gardens pest-free. So this is a much more interesting essay than that. We don't talk about pests. We don't talk about gardening. We're talking about the history of gardens being built. So choice 2 is our only answer.